Educational technology is the study and ethical practice of facilitating learning and improving performance by creating, using, and managing appropriate technological processes and resources. Digging deeper into this definition presented by Janice Owinski and Melinda, the field of educational technology comes into focus as a palette of available research, ethical considerations, resources, settings, and subfields which can be selected, combined, and/or blended to create targeted solutions to facilitate learning and improve performance. With each brushstroke of these categories, the illustration of educational technology becomes more crafted, and the three parts of the definition, the study of facilitating learning and improving performance, ethical practice of facilitating learning and improving performance, and technological processes and resources, become more expressive. The study of educational technology is the palette upon which all mediums can be blended, isolated, or further inspected to determine its use. Study of is most commonly associated with the suffix ology, meaning art, skill, or cunning of hand, based on the Greek term logia. Building basic understanding from the Greek root terms, the addition of techne, meaning science of craft, builds the term technology. Interestingly, technology is not most commonly associated with the study, but with the tools and processes often used to further one's study. Given that definition, technology is not just 21st century gadgets, but all tools and skills that have progressed over time from fire made with a stick to a fire stick by Amazon. Technology is also often connected to education. This is understandable due to the term logia, indicating craft, and a craft or skill can be honed through training or education. Research is so closely linked to the concept of studying, it is like the wood to the palette. In essence, it is the structural composition that can hold whatever paints the artist chooses to work with that day. Some artists may load their palettes with all the paints that they can afford, while others, even when applying fresh paint, may reference the previous layers of paint, reminding the artist of previous works and how they apply today. No matter the artist's choices, the palette is always there to support the mediums in which they dabble. In the field of education, technology research is vastly expanding. In 2015, the U.S. federal budget invested $2.9 billion in science, technology, engineering, and math education, research, and development. In 2013, 99 startups in education raised more than $500 million. Academic and corporate dollars are funding research and development for the expansion of educational technology's role in meeting the organizational goals. Research methods vary greatly in the study of educational technology. A literature review for the period of 2000 to 2009 found quantitative and qualitative analysis, experimental and quasi-experimental, mixed methods, case studies, and literature reviews to be commonly used. Recent topics of interest include learning environments, distance education, multimedia use, formative evaluation strategies, design-based research, and short-cycle evaluation studies. With so much research occurring, identifying barriers is helpful for success. Barrier identification is like knowing how to preserve the brushes and the paints for the next session before they dry out and become useless. Hue and Brush found that the following barriers commonly hamper technology integration research: resources, knowledge and skills, institutional, attitudes and beliefs, assessment, and subject culture. Learning itself is perceived as a process that transcends work, home, or school. It can happen anywhere and is essential to our personal development. Facilitating is defined by Kangas, Beninin, and Ohala as involving and enabling children to take part in decision-making and acknowledging their actions. Facilitation of learning occurs as practitioners design curriculum that allows students to connect their knowledge and context through work and practice. Wong Push and the Duin Ideas Group study the application of transformative experience theory in training teachers for technology integration and curriculum design. In this study at Michigan State University, they found that students achieved meaningful learning when technology was used as a vehicle for demonstrating content knowledge and not as a separate technology course. Such findings were reinforced in a study at an elementary education center. The results showed that children were more likely to be engaged in facilitated learning when opportunities to demonstrate independent initiatives, influence activities, and experience belonging occurred. Cognitive learning theory research attributes high intrinsic and extraneous loads as deterrents when facilitating learning. Mobile learning supports retention through reduced cognitive load by using more condensed learning experiences that can be completed on mobile devices. The study of performance in education is not a term only for K-12 or higher education. Performance is quantifiable improvement. The study of performance improvement spans beyond school applications and into business, government, and nonprofit education sectors. In the 1980s and 90s, the concept of humans as resources became more prevalent in the corporate world. Human skills and abilities were found to be more critical to organizational success than physical assets. With the concept of performance improvement becoming a more significant component of corporate education, business and education researchers developed models for corporate education that moved beyond training for training's sake and into an evaluative process. Concepts like the strategic impact model and Six Sigma are used for objective cause analysis and organizational practices improvement. In addition, the rise of standards-based education and adequate yearly progress requirements in K-12 education made the need for quantifiable performance to be vertically moderated to demonstrate that continuous improvement is a necessity. Coloring all aspects of the field of educational technology is the concept of ethical practices. The brushwork of ethics and ethical practices should be especially recognizable in instructional design and technology integration. Ethical practices in education in general can refer to the individual moral choices made by educators on a daily basis, as well as ethical environments constructed for schools and districts. These ethical environments refer to the expectations of ethical practice within a school or district. Above all other considerations, teaching and learning happens through relationships, and there are countless moral decisions made within these relationships on a daily basis. However, the ethical aspect of teaching can become lost to technical specifications more easily documented and evaluated. As technology brings peoples, cultures, and regions closer together, it also brings the issues of ethics and ethical practices to the forefront of the educational technology field. These ethical practices within the context of facilitating learning and improving performance include many areas of consideration. Some of these areas include bridging the digital divide and ensuring equitable access to technology by all teachers and students, legal issues with emerging technologies like online safety, violation of privacy with video and images, data collection, fair use, copyright and plagiarism issues, to name a few. However, the transformation of instructional systems and instructional design and the impact of technology interventions and transformations on the learner and the learning environment must also be considered. Technology is a driving force for a change in education. However, as the field of educational technology presses for transformation and integration in instructional design, there has been little pause to reflect on the impact of these transformations in instructional systems and whether they are actually facilitating learning and improving performance. A critical evaluation of impact of transformation should be included in the process. As Gray and Bowling point out, an ethical sensibility is critical to the research and practice of instructional design. Encouraging one to create a painting usually requires having the tools available and providing the painter with the support that he needs to get started. First paintings may not be great successes, but as skills are acquired, paintings progress. Eventually, a point is reached when the painter can now paint on his own, no longer requiring someone to set it up for him. Facilitating learning is similar to painting in this way. If learning is the picture, the learner is the painter. The teacher provides the tools, resources, and guidelines necessary to move the painter from a shaky first-timer to a self-directed success. Essentials for facilitation for participation are enabling a supportive learning environment, allowing students to organize the environment, supporting children's participation through professional skills, facilitating ongoing participatory practice. Such facilitation principles align with the constructivist theory of student learning. Constructivism concerns how learners construct their own contextualized knowledge. Problem-based learning is a subset of constructivism because the nature of problem-solving is constructive. Facilitation occurs as teachers opt for modeling learning processes needed to problem-solve instead of content-based lecturing. Technology integration and instructional design connect to constructivism and problem-based learning as the technological design method is commonly used in such settings. The process of identifying a problem, designing a solution, implementing and evaluating the solution, and then repeating the cycle. This process is used to solve problems in and out of the class, thereby generating transfer of knowledge and skills to outside the classroom through real-world experiences. The ADDIE model is an instructional design model traditionally used with 5 phases: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation, thereby aligning with the process of problem-solving and problem-based learning. Technology integration supports constructivism through creation and collaboration opportunities. By emphasizing not just user interaction, but also user creation of content, Web 2.0 tools promote student participatory practices and professional skills. Hill and Smith refer to the engagement and retention of knowledge and skills as authentic learning. Through facilitated engagement, more authentic learning can occur. In classrooms where technology integration is exemplary, Hill and Smith state that all aspects of authentic learning are present. As stated, learning is the painting. It's a work of art that is never completely finished. If the educational system has accomplished its mission, the learner will be motivated to embellish this painting as a lifelong pursuit. Salomon and Almog point out that learning is essentially a process whereby learners construct their own knowledge by applying their existing knowledge and mental skills to novel incoming information, constructing their own meanings as they go along. This represents a shift from the concept of acquiring knowledge to learning being the construction of knowledge. Technology is the tool or the means to help the learner construct knowledge. In educational technology, learning is also understood or expressed in terms of the learning environments that exist. Some of these include blended learning, competency, proficiency-based learning, digital learning, personalized learning, universal learning design, as well as project-based learning and agency in learning. How does the artist evaluate his work? He stands back and looks at his painting often. He is encouraged to repeat brushstrokes and colors he likes and to cover up and redo those he does not. In this way, painters work through performance improvement to reach their goals. Conditioning and reinforcement guide their work, and a cycle similar to the ADDIE model guides them along to success. Even painters use instructional design for performance improvement. Performance improvement is based in the educational psychological theory of behaviorism. In K-12, educational games utilize behaviorist ideas like classical and operant conditioning, positive and negative reinforcement, and punishment to align behaviors with performance goals. Operant conditioning is used when visually pleasing graphic feedback immediately appears for the user. Eden states such operant conditioning provides positive reinforcement to promote learning. Performance improvement is utilized in order to meet organizational goals. Performance analysis is used to determine gaps between the audience's current capabilities and the organization's target abilities needed to meet its goals. Then instructional design, development, and implementation occur to meet the needs. Evaluation determines effectiveness and if further performance analysis is needed. In instructional design, evaluative activities occur at each stage when performance improvement is the goal to help ensure alignment with strategic needs and quality control. While the ADDIE model stands for analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation, the 3P model refers to personalization, participation, and knowledge pool. Just as art has progressed from impressionism to pop art and the tools used to create art have improved and evolved over time, so does technological processes and resources continue to develop and expand. Technological processes and resources refer to the development and progression of technology and the variety of accessible tools that are utilized to gain knowledge through educational media to improve performance. There are 4 basic categories of educational media: text, image, video, and audio. However, Amadara and Adu reveal that educational media also includes the channels of transmitting information to learners and are also those gadgets and machines that are needed in transmitting the information. There are various types of educational media and multimedia technology currently utilized in teaching and learning processes, such as computer systems, microphones, mobile devices, interactive whiteboards, digital video on demand, online media streams, digital games, and podcasts. Technological processes and resources are what promote the development of the instructor as a facilitator and the student as an independent learner, which Ludgate, Becker, and Johnson referred to as the engaged learning model. Technology allows students to play an active role in the learning process and can demonstrate their knowledge acquisition in a way that resonates with them personally. The 3 themes of the engaged learning model are creativity, connectivity, and collaboration, and each correspond closely to the remaining words in the definition of educational technology: create, use, and manage. Creativity is the transcending of conventional ideas and activities to create something new and meaningful. While artists get to choose from an array of colors, educators can now allow learners to choose from a wide array of technological devices, software, and applications, allowing creativity to flow in ways never thought of before. Creativity is becoming globally recognized as a critical skill, and consequently, schools are integrating artistry when designing activities and assignments. Examples of creativity in education might include graduate students analyzing a complex definition and creating a visual through a multimedia presentation in order to create new and profound meaning. Whether they realize it or not, today's web users are copious creators of content. When they upload photographs, audio, and video to cloud-based social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, Flickr, and many others. Learners all share knowledge and collaborate via crowdsourcing on sites like Wikipedia. Also, gamification is being utilized in education as it is being established that effectively designed games can stimulate large gains in productivity and creativity among learners. Utilization of technology has become something very personal, an extension of someone's personality and learning style, a way for students to paint similar pictures, but allowing them to use their own or preferred type of paintbrushes, paint, and colors. For example, while a classroom may be equipped with Windows Chromebooks, a student may still want to bring their personal MacBook. There is a comfort in giving a presentation or performing research with tools that are more familiar and productive at the individual level. In order for educational technology to be utilized, there must be connectivity, which is the second theme of the engaged learning model. Connectivity refers to educators and learners having network access through a variety of means like laptops, tablets, smartphones, mobile devices, broadband, wireless internet, and cloud-based services. Increasingly, students want to use their own technology for learning as there is always a new, updated device being released. Educational achievement is more and more reliant upon accessibility to the technological tools and to the technology skills necessary to use the tools purposefully and meaningfully. Most recently, apps have become prevalent, and the rapid development of apps increased technological accessibility. The wide range of apps available enable users to learn and experience new concepts wherever they are, often across multiple devices. Gamification is also being utilized more and more as an educational tool to encourage productivity. And educational institutions use social media to enable communication between students, prospective students, educators, and the institution that are less formal than other media. The goal of technology management is to make education and technology work together in the most effective and efficient way. Management includes creating, evaluating, maintaining, training, dispersing, operating, and regulating, really all types of technology within education. Managers in education would include any educator who has input on the who, what, when, where of technology integration. Managing technology processes and resources could be compared to deciding which paintbrushes, paints, and canvases to make available to artists. Good management would include choosing the right materials for your institution's needs and goals, training individuals on using the materials, the upkeep of the materials, and the ability to decipher when certain materials need to be discarded and new ones created or acquired. Management is a complex component of educational technology processes and resources because it takes collaboration among all. The state, the county, IT specialists, administrators, teachers, and learners to competently manage technology in education. Collaboration reflects the act of individuals working together to accomplish common or related goals, and the managing of technological processes and resources lead to more engaged learning. Learning institutions are exploring ways to manage their websites, educational materials, resources, and opportunities to be available online and optimized for mobile devices. There is a new emphasis in the classroom on more challenge-based active learning. Challenge-based learning and similar methods like project-based learning foster more active learning experiences that are enhanced by technology. As technologies such as tablets and smartphones now have proven merit in schools, educators are regulating these tools, and perhaps one of the biggest movements by educational technology managers is BYOD. It stands for Bring Your Own Device. Personal devices were found to bring out each student's unique abilities and foster more collaboration and better communication. By effectively managing technology that students already use in their everyday life, educational technology managers improve student engagement. BYOD fits into the right mindset for managing IT. The right mindset for technology management is to let the goals drive the IT investment rather than developing an IT strategy to meet the goals. Furthermore, it reveals that the best management integrates the human design model, designing systems to make use of people's prior knowledge, rather than the system designs model, where the most technically elegant systems are designed, forcing people to adapt. At first glance, the field of educational technology appears neatly defined in various areas and aspects, just as paint starts out neatly on a palette. Seemingly, educators must merely engage in educational technology as an ordered process and transform their learning environment. However, after careful consideration of all aspects of the field, it becomes clear that the field of educational technology is vast and far-reaching in scope. The many fields, subfields, and settings overlap and can be blended like paint on a canvas to transform learning environments, facilitate learning, and improve student performance. Educational technology is ever-changing. New literacies have been pluralized to additionally include digital literacy and competency, the ability to navigate, understand, curate, and create digitally. New shades and hues of traditional colors are constantly created, added, and applied to the canvas.